check this email out. Looks fancy, right? Now take a look at this one from the same brand. Probably took them 5 minutes to make. Which one do you think made more sales? Well, if you guessed the pretty one, you're probably wrong. More than likely, it was the boring plain text one. And I'm sure you've already come across emails like this from some of the big brands like Dr. Squatch, Ridge, Bloom, Lemmy, and a ton more. Now, it's not because these brands can't afford designers. It's because emails like this make an absurd amount of money. And I know this because after generating over $73 million in email marketing for my clients, I've seen firsthand just how powerful these boring little emails can be. That's why in the next few minutes, I'm gonna break down exactly why ugly emails win, when they're most effective, and how to write them. See, I'm willing to bet that the ugliest, simplest looking emails should be the ones in your marketing calendar that generate you the most money. Because here's how most of us interact with our inboxes daily. You open Gmail on your phone and your inbox is flooded. A product drop from Nike, a discount from Dr. Squatch, and a 24-hour promo from Gymshark. You've already got like 10 unopened emails staring right at you, all from big brands with polished subject lines trying to steal your attention from you. But then you get this one email. It's from some guy named Brad, and the subject line reads, "Dude, you gotta see this." That stops you in your tracks. You think, do I even know a Brad? Your curiosity gets the better of you and you open the email. Inside, there's no big logo, no images, just a dude named Brad giving you a discount that he found just for you. Might as well check it out, right? That's the beauty of plain text emails. Because out of those 10 beautiful premium looking emails that were in your inbox, the one that you opened was this ugly one. It was a pattern interrupt. One that was good enough to get you to open, read, and click the email. And I know what you're thinking. It's the same thing every brand pushes back on me every single day. Won't an email like this make my brand look cheap? And I'm here to tell you that doesn't have to be the case. Not if you do it the right way. Because when you pull it off, plain text emails can be some of the most profitable emails that you ever send. Not just for getting more clicks and orders, but for building a real relationship with your customers. But with that said, how do you actually write a plain text to get more clicks and even better, more sales? There are a few rules. First, it has to come from a person. If it comes directly from a brand, people are gonna see right through it. Now, if you're a founder-led brand, it's pretty simple. Just put the founder's name as the sender name and you're good to go. But if you're a faceless brand and you can't use anybody on the team as a spokesperson in these emails, you have to invent one. Create an imaginary team member with a name and persona and make them the face of your plain text emails. Just like Brad from earlier wasn't real, you have to do the same. Now, once that's done, you gotta understand you can't just send these emails every single day. If you do, it loses all its power as a pattern interrupt. As a rule of thumb, there are 3 perfect moments to leverage plain text emails. The first is in the back half of the welcome flow. After somebody signs up to the pop-up and gets the welcome discount from your website, in the welcome flow, once you've sent 5 to 6 designed emails, make the next one a plain text from the founder or your team. Because at that point, a new subscriber doesn't trust you. All they've done is just handed you their details and they're bracing for the usual tsunami of spam. So when they get the 7th email, it's the first one that feels like it's coming from a real person. And that's where you start building real connection with your future customers. The next use case is on your urgency and time-based offers. Let's say you're launching a brand new summer collection. You've already sent the tease, launch, and post reminder email, all perfectly designed. By the time the last chance 24-hour email goes out, it's just gonna blend in with the previous 3. But a plain text from the founder saying, "We're almost out, didn't want you to miss it," is going to hit harder than any countdown graphic ever will. And lastly, plain texts are great for evergreen campaigns where people have started to go quiet. For subscribers who haven't engaged in your last 8 or 9 campaigns, a plain text is just a completely different way to hit them and cut through the noise. And you don't have to build any special segmentation for these people. Just drop a plain text email every other week and watch engagement go up. We'll go deeper on segmentation in a future video, but for now, just remember, plain text emails are a tool for interrupting your customer's normal inbox. Now, if your emails have started to blend together and you don't quite know where you can start leveraging plain text in your email marketing program, let me just tell you. All you have to do is book a call for a free retention audit in the description below. My team is actively running email, SMS, and direct mail marketing for a handful of 8 and 9-figure brands. So when I say we can help, I can guarantee it. So if you want to pinpoint the bottlenecks of your retention marketing, click the link in the description and book a call now. So now that you know how to use plain text emails to your advantage, the last step is actually writing one. And let me show you just how easy it is. Okay, so for this plain text, we're gonna write one for a brand called Ruggable. They've been around for a couple years and they sell really high quality rugs that you can put in your office, your living room, basically anywhere in the house, and they're completely machine washable. So as I'm writing the plain text, I need to make sure that the name and persona fit a Ruggable customer. So let me go ahead and jump right into Klaviyo and let's get started. For this example, I've just made up a fake persona. I'm calling her Julie Sanchez. And in this case, we're gonna be doing an email specifically for dropping a limited time sale for 4th of July rugs before 4th of July. All right, so first thing is first, I'm gonna go ahead and say howdy as well as their name. Nice thing about Klaviyo and most email service providers is you can actually put in personalized data or default. So in this case, if we have the person's first name, it's gonna say howdy Noah, or it's just gonna say howdy friend, end it with an exclamation. And let's get into the hook. You're probably knee deep with barbecue and firework prep, so I'll make this quick. Whenever you're writing a plain text email, you always want to make sure the first line is some kind of hook. In this case, I'm basically teeing up the offer before actually saying it. So I've got something for you, and this little something will make your 4th of July bash even more fun. I just got the green light to knock 40% off our entire American Rug collection. You can check them out here. And another note is, again, you don't want to make this perfect. So as you can see here where I have this like really ugly arrow, that is totally okay. It's actually going to add to the email because the more that you can make this feel like it's coming from a real person and you're not doing all this punctuation and fancy stuff, it's gonna hit harder. So I'm gonna add in the link in a minute, but now I'll just give the call to action. So, and if you grab one today, we'll guarantee it gets there before your first guest arrives on Sunday. Okay, so what am I doing here? If we just go from top to bottom, this is the general structure of this plain text. First is the hook. I basically am saying, hey, you're probably knee deep with barbecue and firework prep, so I'm gonna make this quick. Then we create a little bit of an open loop. Before just telling them what the discount is, we're saying, hey, I've got something special for you. Then we're double downing and saying, again, not what it is yet, but we're saying, and this little something is gonna make your 4th of July bash even more fun. So now we've given the hook, we've gone deeper, and then we've gone deeper. So now it's time to actually reveal what the discount is. I just got the green light to knock 40% off our entire American Rug collection. Note two things. 40% off an American Rug collection. One is the actual value of the promo, and the other is information that obviously makes sense because 4th of July is right around the corner. When you're doing these kinds of sales, this probably wouldn't have been as good if I had just said, hey, it's 40% off site-wide. That's good, but now that I'm only putting the 40% off around the American Rug collection, and I'm gonna show you how we'd link to it in a second, it makes it even stronger. Then I just put a simple, you can check them out here. I'm gonna add a link in a second. And then for a final call to action, I say, and if you grab one today, we'll guarantee it gets there before your first guest arrives on Sunday. You're giving them a satisfaction guarantee. Because even if the sale is good, someone really wants a firework rug, if they don't think they can actually get it before the 4th, they're probably not gonna take you up on the sale. So that last line is giving them a satisfaction guarantee saying, hey, here's a deal for something you want and you for sure will get it for the time that you need it. And now I'm just gonna end it with something a little bit branded and say, hope you have an amazing 4th. And I'll even add in a couple emojis there as well, just for the heck of it. And then finally, I'm going to sign off specifically from Julie, and let's call her the chief foot wiper at Ruggable. Cool. So that's basically it. Now, last thing you need to do is add the actual links. And I'm gonna do that in two areas. Okay, so first I would go ahead and grab the link that I wanna send people to, go back into Klaviyo, and then add this link in two places. One is I actually like hyperlinking because some people just intuitively, if they see 40% off our entire American Rug collection and they see it underlined, they will actually just click on it. So in this case, I'm gonna go ahead and hyperlink here, but then to make it very easy and clear for them, I'm literally just gonna type here and do the same thing and add the URL. So now you have this email, email that is branded, it's personalized, it hooks them in, it gives them an offer. The offer is related to something that's coming in the real world. And I added a satisfaction guarantee so they know even if they take us up on this offer, they're gonna get the product before they actually need it. And the cherry on top is putting the real person's name in some kind of funny, witty title that might get a laugh from one of their customers. And this is exactly why the ugliest, simplest emails tend to make the most money. But knowing when to use this pattern interrupt is just one tool in your retention marketing strategy, because nothing we just talked about matters if the rest of your retention engine is still running on the old playbook. So if you want to see how the entire game is changing and how the best brands in the world are dominating retention marketing, I cover everything in this video here. Check it out, and I'll see you in the next one.